Men do not respect women who do these 9 things. And trust me, this isn't your grandma's advice. We're keeping it real, raw, and a tad sassy. Now, if you've ever wondered why your crush suddenly thinks you're more invisible than Harry Potter's cloak, or why your dates feel like auditions for a silent movie, stick around because we're about to spill some truth bombs that'll have you going, that explains it. But before we jump into the video, do me a solid, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let's turn this into a party. Are you ready? Let's begin. The first factor that can lead to men losing respect for women is women bringing up the past. This habit of recalling every single detail, the date, the hour, and the minute of every issue that has ever irked women in a relationship can really put a damper on a man's mood. It's like reopening old wounds every time there's a new disagreement. This approach can create a cycle of negativity and resentment, where instead of moving forward and resolving issues, couples find themselves stuck, rehashing the same old disputes. And when this pattern of bringing up the past persists, it can lead to a situation where men not only lose respect for these women, but may also grow to resent or even hate them due to their constant negativity and the inability to move past old issues. Number 2. Women make their husbands feel like the bad cop. This is especially in families with children. This scenario typically unfolds when men find themselves in the role of the mean parent, the one who enforces the rules and metes out punishments. It's a dynamic where women, perhaps unintentionally, paint their husbands as the disciplinarian or the stricter one. This betrayal can create a significant imbalance in parenting roles. For men, being cast in this light can be frustrating and disheartening. It's not just about feeling like the villain in their children's eyes, it's also about feeling undermined or unsupported in the parenting partnership. This situation can breed resentment and a sense of isolation in men as they feel pigeonholed into a role that is often thankless and challenging. If not addressed, this issue can escalate to the point where men not only feel disrespected, but may also harbor negative feelings toward their woman. Number 3. Women loving secrets. Women love secrets, especially when these can be used against men. This situation arises when men, feeling vulnerable, share their deepest secrets with their partners, expecting confidentiality and understanding. For a man, sharing a secret is a significant act of trust and vulnerability. Betrayal and hurt can arise when the trust is broken. The act of using these secrets against a man, particularly during arguments, can be seen as a form of emotional manipulation and can deeply damage the foundation of trust and respect in the relationship. If this pattern of breaking trust and using secrets persists, it can lead to a situation where men not only lose respect for women, but may also develop deep-seated resentment or dislike towards them. Number 4. Women discussing intimate details with their friends. While it's perfectly normal and sometimes helpful to share concerns with trusted friends or family members, the line gets blurred when it comes to sharing details about intimacy. This is a sensitive area that, for many men, is expected to remain private between partners. If a woman regularly shares intimate details with her friends, it can lead to her partner feeling disrespected and undervalued, potentially escalating to a point where men may harbor negative feelings or resentment towards their partners for not respecting their privacy and the sanctity of their intimate life. Number 5. Reluctance of some women to admit when they are wrong. This trait, where women might make mistakes or contribute to problems but struggle to acknowledge their fault, can be a significant source of annoyance for men. Men often dislike it when their partners cannot admit to being wrong and offer an apology. When a woman refuses to acknowledge her part in a conflict or a problem, it can create a sense of injustice and frustration in her partner. To resolve conflicts and make healthy progress, open and honest communication is crucial. Without it, progress becomes stagnant and conflicts remain unresolved. All this can lead to a situation where men not only feel frustrated, but may also develop feelings of resentment towards their partners. Number 6. Women to use intimacy as a threat or a reward. This behavior, where feminine charm or sexual intimacy is leveraged to manipulate or control a situation, is something that many men deeply hate. Using intimacy in this way can be damaging to a relationship for several reasons. Firstly, it reduces one of the most intimate and meaningful aspects of a relationship to a mere tool for negotiation or manipulation. This can lead to feelings of being used or objectified rather than loved and respected. Secondly, it creates an imbalance in the relationship where one partner holds power over the other in a way that's unhealthy and unfair. Due to this, men may start to feel resentful or mistrustful towards their partners, feeling that their emotional and physical connection is being exploited. This can escalate to the point where men harbor negative feelings towards their partners. Number 7. Lack of respect for privacy. This is particularly true when it comes to personal belongings like cell phones, wallets, or private papers. It's a common scenario where, if given a chance, some women might sift through their partner's personal items. This behavior is well known to men and often bothers them significantly. The core issue here is trust. This kind of behavior can make men feel like they're under constant surveillance, leading to feelings of discomfort and a sense that their personal space is being violated. If privacy is not respected, it can harm the relationship. Over time, this lack of respect for privacy can escalate to a point where men develop strong negative feelings towards their partners, viewing them as intrusive or untrusting, rather than supportive and understanding. Number 8. Women who constantly complain. This habitual focus on the negative aspects of life rather than the positive can be a major source of irritation for men. It's a common grievance that constant complaining about big issues or everyday annoyances can dampen the overall mood and atmosphere of a relationship. The problem with continuous complaining isn't just about the negativity it spreads, it's also about how it can wear down a partner's patience and morale. It can make interactions feel more like a chore than a pleasure, and over time, this negativity can overshadow the positive aspects of the relationship. For men, constantly being on the receiving end of complaints can be draining and disheartening. This persistent negativity can be perceived as a lack of appreciation or contentment, which can strain the relationship to the point where many men may develop negative feelings towards their partners. Number 9. Women trying to be drama queens. This behavior, characterized by overreacting, taking things too seriously, and frequent emotional outbursts, can be a significant turnoff for men. Even the most patient and understanding guys can find this trait taxing over time. Being a drama queen involves amplifying small issues into major crises, which can create a constant state of tension and unrest in the relationship. This tendency not only exhausts the emotional bandwidth of both partners, but also can overshadow the positive, stable aspects of the relationship. It can lead to a scenario where every interaction is laden with potential for overreaction, making the relationship feel more like an emotional roller coaster than a source of support and companionship. Over time, this can escalate to the point where men may feel the need to leave the relationship in search of a more stable and calm environment. That's all for today's video, guys. We've just gone through 9 things women do that men hate. What do you think of today's video? Do you agree with these points, or do you have a different perspective? We'd love to hear your views in the comments section. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Your engagement and opinions are what make these discussions so valuable and interesting. So, see you in the next video. Until then, best wishes and keep the conversation going. Remember, understanding each other is the key to a healthier and happier relationship. Take care.